Again, Houston. He's got a hole. He's over. Alabama touchdown.
I'm just wondering if your listeners know how good a football player you were. I can still see you playing that fullback, knocking those players out of the way. And that, I believe I could have run behind you.
Martin, I can remember when we came to summer and you were playing fullback up there, and I saw you in the weight room and watched you work out in the weight room. If you were strong enough to pick up the whole weight room. I wanted to pitch it, and our running back coach didn't take the pass. biggest mistake we ever made.
The Martin Houston Show with national championship winning fullback Martin Houston, giving you 1 hour of intense, hard-hitting analysis from an insider's perspective. It's time for the Martin Houston Show on your home for Alabama sports, Tide 100.9, and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.
Good morning. Welcome into the Martin Houston Show with Martin and Xavier. It's a hump day edition of the program Wednesday. Man, we can go anywhere you want to go. We can pick up with conversation from yesterday. We got Coach Grubb on the mic yesterday, so we have some audio from him. We'll bring some clarity to a couple statements that I've made recently. The tight end room was a big part of a conversation yesterday with Coach Grubb. He seemed like he was ready to get out there. He's usually pretty long-winded with his answers. Yesterday, not so much. It was pretty much, hey, boom, boom, boom. I think he answered like 19 questions in 9 minutes. So you add all that in, he was giving you about 10, 15 seconds to answer. So we'll try to work in as much as we can, X, with that said. School starts back today, so fall camp officially over. Is the Crimson Tide set and ready to head into the 2025 season? Quarterback room not set yet, X. That's interesting. I guess that's really, really good news. That means that you have – I think that there was a true competition between Ty and Austin and Keelan, but one guy kind of separated himself. So that means that the other two guys weren't bad players. And then when you have those two guys battling it out, I think it just means you have three good quarterbacks. One clearly ready to take the reins. The other two guys who, if you have to and forced into service, I think that they can lead this team. That may be more game manager than playmaker, but hopefully we won't have to find that out in terms of the season. Grubb talked about what's missing with Jam being out. He was asked the running back room question on his own. He did not mention the guy who was running first on the depth chart during the viewing period. Maybe my source is wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? Maybe the injury to Jam flipped the depth chart. So, and we can talk about why X when all of that comes to fruition. So, lots to get to. We open up the phone lines at 205-342-9904, 205-342-9904. That's the Empowerment, Leadership, and People Solutions hotline. Jump in on the conversation. We also welcome in the fam that joins us on the live stream as well. Put your thoughts, comments, and reactions in the chat. Remember that this is a day that the Lord has made, so let's rejoice and be glad in it. Take some time to notice someone, love someone, serve someone, be the difference you want to see in the world today. We'll have 3 good quarters of nothing but football. Then we'll conclude with a challenge of how we can incorporate our faith into the boardroom, classroom, or our chosen field of play. X, one quick question before I let you kind of take the reins today, and I'll interject. We'll go back and forth here. But have you noticed that these coaches, none of them call the players by their name? Everybody has a nickname.
I haven't noticed that.
You haven't?
Uh-uh.
Like when they're talking, I have to. I guess I'm getting older. Not I guess I am getting older. but Caden Proctor's KP. Only guy I think they call by name is Ryan Williams. Like everyone else, has a nickname. Who's Bach, and I mean, anyway, it's just funny. But I love
Maybe
it
because
huh?
I catch immediately who they're talking about. I don't think about it because I haven't paid attention to the nickname. It's like because when I hear Bach, I know Jalen and Bachway. So
Right. But I love it because to me, it shows kind of a good relationship, a good connection. I think it's just a neat thing. But if you go back and listen, they all the coaches do it. They all call guys, a lot of the guys by nickname, and it's just a neat, to me, kind of studying leadership. To me, there's three things you have to find if you're going to be a good leader and build better people or better players in this case. Also, if you're going to have a stronger team, like cohesion, and have a great culture, you have to have buy-in, you have to have trust, you have to have connection. And to me, when you start hearing those nicknames thrown out, it tells me a lot about just the culture of this organization that he's building.
yeah, that is one sign of it. So that is interesting that you've caught that, and not really something that I've caught. But we've got a lot to get into. One of the big things that we talked about yesterday was the running back room and the shakeup of uh, of the depth chart, possibly because of the injury to Jam Miller, and hopefully once again he's not out too terribly long. But it was said that Daniel Hill was running with the ones, or he was the second back up after Jam was in, and now as of yesterday, there's reports that Richard Young was the first running back up, and followed by Daniel Hill. And before the show started, we were kind of talking about why that might have been, and it sounds like pass blocking might be a little bit of the reason why, based off of some of the things Coach Grubb has said about Daniel Hill, Dre Washington. He said a little something good about Kevin Riley. Didn't mention AK before.
Yeah, let's go to audio. First of all, what he said, when unsolicited by name, this is what Coach had to say about the running back room.
It's a broad question. Seen a lot. Daniel Hill has done a good job providing a lot of protection, and I think he's gotten a lot better at that as far as with his eyes. He's a super physical guy. I think Daniel has started to run like the back we saw in the spring. Early in camp, I thought he was a little bit slow to come to that. Dre has great vision running the football. He improves every day still. I think some of the pass protection responsibilities are things that probably were not in his wheelhouse prior to getting here. Kevin Riley has started to show up a little bit. He's a guy that has really nice vision. Not as big a back as the other guys, but runs very physical and is really good out of the backfield.
All right. X, do you want to go ahead and play the Richard audio before you respond?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And then he was also specifically asked about Richard, because at that point you're like, okay, he didn't even say Richard Young. So does that mean that maybe what they showed us yesterday wasn't real, or what we saw Saturday was, or what? Either way, right. It sounds like there's some change potentially happening in the running back room as a result of Jam being out. But we know that coming off the scrimmage that Hill was up second. Was that to get Young's attention? Maybe not. But here's what Coach Grubb had to say about Richard Young specifically.
Oh, Rich Young? Yeah. I thought you said Richard Newton. I was like, wow, that was our running back in Washington. So Rich Young, real similar running backs, by the way. Rich has been super physical and has been a guy the last two scrimmages, I thought, when we need a little bit of a spark. to pop a run right up the middle and finish it. He's done a great job. He's worked really, really hard at becoming a better player out of the backfield. Has gotten better at that. Very responsible. He cares a lot. He's tough, physical, and we love him.
What were your impressions of Ty in the second scrimmage?
All right.
Ty.
Take it.
Yeah. So when you hear that, it's when you hear how he talks about Daniel Hill and Dre Washington, it's the talks of the pass pro, and that being an area, an improvement that they're working on. But when you hear him talk about Richard Young, it's the physicality of it. It's the nastiness of it. And I could be a little wrong in reaching, but I think that he even translates into his blocking, just being physical at the point of attack, because he goes in the middle, up the middle. Well, that's where a lot of the times the running back is having to step up and make blocks, is in the middle of the offensive lineman while the tackles slide out to get an edge or whoever's coming off the corner. So I think Richard Young might now be sitting at the top of the depth chart because of that ability.
Yeah, and so I guess that's the question I have you. So could there be some both being right and wrong in terms of my source saying, hey, Daniel Hill, Dre, Rich. And remember, he didn't call him Richard. He called him Rich. Rich, remember what I was talking about? Rich Young. He maybe he moved up the depth chart, X, because of that game experience and being on the road and being a better pass blocker. Because when Jam was in there, the next guy gave them something different if it was Daniel. Meaning that when Daniel came in, they were getting some of that physical running, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And his pass blocking was not as good, but Richards was.
He's a better pass catcher.
And he's a better pass catcher. I don't know. It's just an interesting thought because the source that I got it from, he usually right on. Yeah. But anyway, I think it's a good thing regardless, sort of like the quarterback room. I don't think we have this really, really maximum high ceiling, meaning I don't think any of these guys are Najee Harris, Trent Richardson, Derrick Henry, good, Mark Ingram, good. But I do think that they have the capability, if used correctly, to be, definitely a really, really top end running back in terms of what we need from them.
Yeah, I think that's the case. And the ceilings might not be as high, but I think I do think all these guys have a high floor. Their baseline is a very capable lead 1,000-yard back in the SEC type of guys. So I
think they're as good as any other running backs in the SEC. I don't know if we have any elite Heisman Trophy running backs in the league. But there's a big difference between being a Heisman Trophy candidate and all the guys I named were that. We forget, had Najee not been on the team with, Devontae Smith and Mac Jones, he would have probably been a Heisman finalist himself.
He finished 5th.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think they only took 4, right?
Yeah.
All right.
He was the first guy out.
Yeah. So anyway, we still have a really good running back room. I guess on the other side, X, where you want to take it?
Yeah, we can continue the conversation with where Alabama is moving forward. The offensive line, Jaden Roberts dealing with a concussion, and a new look in the defensive backfield as they seem to be tweaking a few things. But we'll continue that conversation on the other side. This is the Martin Houston Show with Martin and Xavier.
Tide 100.9 traffic.
Tuscaloosa traffic now from the Townsend Nissan Traffic Center. A very good morning to you on this Hump Day Wednesday. Got a little something here. Highway 69 has an accident affecting you in both lanes, north and southbound, at Maxwell Loop Road. Now, I'm taking a look at this, and it's causing a slight tap on the brakes. No heavy delays at this point. Otherwise, we are clean and clear on 2059, moving smooth from McFarland to Joe Malisham. With your Tuscaloosa traffic now, Tammy Thomas.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell.
Shop Townsend Nissan today. Fair, fun, and fast. The right products at the right place. That's why people shop Townsend Nissan. Scotland Boulevard, Tuscaloosa.
Now that Taco Bell's new marinated grilled steak burritos and Chipotle Ranch or Cheesy Melt are just $3, it's steak night every night of the week. Choose yours today at participating stores for a limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Tax extra.
This is Brian Finnison, owner of the venue Tuscaloosa across from Sokol Park. First, I want to thank all of our thousands of loyal customers that have supported us. But there are so many people that still don't know about the venue. There are 5 restaurants open daily with indoor and outdoor dining. The 5 restaurants circle a humongous courtyard that at times welcomes live music and events, but every day is a place that you can hang out, eat, or let the kids play in the wall ball area. We're the only place your party size doesn't matter. Focused on family, come visit one of the 5 restaurants at the venue Tuscaloosa.
It's time to do it local at Piggly Wiggly, Highway 69 South, Tuscaloosa. Join us Friday, August 29th for Red, White, and Dew, an all-out Labor Day celebration. We're giving away $25 gift cards, prizes, and a beach vacation. And it's all powered by Mountain Dew. Get in, get prizes, and get ready to do it local on Friday, August 29th at your 69 South Piggly Wiggly store in Tuscaloosa.
Got timberland in West Alabama or East Mississippi? North River Timber Company has you covered. Since 2011, Courtney White, a registered forester, along with his expert team, have been managing timberland and harvesting timber across 4 West Alabama counties. They offer comprehensive timber management plans, reforestation services, and appraisals. Courtney White says timber is like money in the bank. Don't let your investment go unrealized. Call North River Timber Company today. Email them at northrivertimberco@gmail.com or call 205-242-5127.
Grown-ups, don't go back to school. Go forward through school into your future as an IT professional. Whether you're starting out, switching careers, or a veteran ready for change, My Computer Career can help you get into IT in just a few short months with no prior experience. So take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Your rewarding career in IT awaits. That's mycomputercareer.edu, an elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the VA benefits.
Hey, I'm Martin Houston, and I want to tell you about exciting news happening at Box Eye Care. They moved to their new location, bringing you a brand new lab, stylish new frames, and a fresh look just for you. Enjoy their expanded frame inventory, competitive prices, and faster service, all with the same great level of service you've come to know and trust. Discover this full-service eye care at Box Eye Care's new location. With their in-house lab, they offer unbeatable value and one of the largest frame collections in town. Schedule your eye exam today and walk out with new glasses in less than an hour in most cases. Visit boxeyecare.com. That's boxeyecare.com or call 205-342-0660. That's 205-342-0660. Visit them at 5003 Oscar Baxter Drive. That's Box Eye Care. Your vision, our priority.
Tide 100.9 Tuscaloosa weather.
The sky partially sunny today. The chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms this afternoon and this evening. The high today 93, tonight's low 73. Tomorrow a mixture of clouds and sunshine with scattered showers and storms around. The high at 90. I'm James Spann with the Alabama Weather Network on Tide 100.9. It's 75 degrees in Tuscaloosa.
Interact with the Martin Houston Show by calling us at 205-342-9904 or tuning into the Martin Houston Show on Facebook.
Welcome back into the Martin Houston Show with Martin and Xavier. We're live, local, ready to get things rolling right here on your home for Alabama sports. We do have a couple callers on the phone lines we're going to get to, but X mentioned that O-line in depth. Here's what Coach had to say when asked about who he feels comfortable going into the game with.
Very comfortable. Those are 2 veteran players very versatile too. They can both play left or right, so they're interchangeable. But Cam brings a lot of physical presence to him. Gino is a savvy player that knows how to connect with his center.
X.
It's really good that we have that depth along the offensive line when we're looking at it, and the versatility of it. You know, when Jaden gets back, it allows one of those guys to be a chess piece. You know, if Parker needs a break, you can slide Gino in at center. If Jaden or Cam are good, you have Gino there, or it's Jaden that ends up being the swing guy. But the inside of the offensive line, I like the depth in the interior.
Yeah, I do too. And later on, he was asked about a couple other backup guys. We'll pop that audio here in just a second. Let's get to the phone lines.
All right, we've got Super Joe in on the Empowerment, Leadership, and People Solutions Hotline. How you doing this morning, Super Joe?
Hey, what's going on? How you feeling, man?
Doing good, doing good.
How's it going, Marty Moore?
Doing good. Super Joe, how you doing, man?
Oh, man, yeah. I mean, I'm optimistic about this season. You know, the depth charts and the weapons and stuff and the maturity of Tom Simpson. I'm really optimistic about it. You know, he took the ball on the maturity, the patience, and, you know, showing the great leadership and practice from what I've been hearing. And I got to say this, but this kind of makes me a little determined on some. You know, I think I'm going to be getting some tickets when they play Louisiana Monroe. I think my job will be giving away some tickets on them. I get some tickets on there. I'm gonna go ahead and make it, but you know, one thing I gotta say, you know, let Caleb but Caleb DeBoer working like Caleb DeBoer. That's the best way we can say. And plus, you know, he's got, you know, Grubb. You know, his offensive coordinator, right hand man, and I'll tell you right now, I do believe it's gonna be a good turnaround season for Alabama. And I do see the playoffs on the way. I do see a possibility of national championship, and I do see with Kellen DeBoer, where he's recruiting and his coaching staff. I do see about 2 national championships, maybe 3 under them. And then guess what? This just being realistic, you know, I'm a little real. I do believe the NFL going to call him after 2 or 3 national championships. I'm just being a little realistic, and I'm just saying. But, you know, I got one question for you. Okay, how about the Daniel? Are they got the Daniel Moore 2026 calendars out yet?
I do not know.
That's something that Ryan, Fowler of the Game, usually he has a partnership with Daniel Moore, so he's the one that usually has those. So I have not seen anything. I don't know, but I would be willing to bet if they're not out, they're on their way because the season is up on us. So you don't get them out next few days, it's probably going to be a little late. Hey, thanks, Super Joe. It means that football. Hey, X, the whole band coming back. Super Joe calling again. So we had about 4 or 5 new people call in the last couple of days. They hadn't called since the end of spring ball. So welcome back in. Next.
Hey, we got Pat joining us now. How you doing this morning, Pat?
Hey, good morning, guys. Hey, my call this morning is right along with what Martin mentioned at first that he wants to talk about. That I kind of feel like that we may be better off with Richard Young and Daniel Hill out of the backfield. I mean, as a running back versus Jam Miller. And let me tell you why I say that.
No.
I say that because of the size of them. I think more physicality. I think that catching the ball out of the backfield. I think that both of them and Daniel Hill, from what I understand, has had 2 fantastic practices catching the ball out of the backfield.
All
y'all not hearing similar things?
Hold on, Pat. I'm going to let Grubb respond to you. X, we ain't going to say anything. We're just going to let Grubb respond.
Jam is he's such a stud. I mean, he is he'll be a value to our team no matter what right now just because of his demeanor and leadership. So I think that's one of the things you miss on the field right away is just him being out there. There's a presence to him when he's on the field, so we'll certainly miss that. His explosiveness, his running style, all those things will be missed. But he's been great. I think he's in high spirits. He knows this is a temporary setback, and he'll be ready to go.
X, respond to Pat.
All right, Pat. I really like Richard Young and I really like Daniel Hill and what they bring to the table. But you have to have both of them right now to bring what Jam brings as a player himself. He is probably the best. He is the best pass blocker in the backfield. He is the best versatile runner inside and out, and he's the best pass catcher. Now, Daniel might be the second best pass catcher, and Richard might be the second best runner, but you have all of that in Jam.
Okay. I just think that between the two of them, we're going to be just fine because I really, really think that Ty is going to be able to see the entire field, and that and we're going to and he's going to distribute the ball, and we're going to be absolutely fantastic. I got confidence in us. I got confidence in Ty Simpson.
Yeah, Pat, I don't think we're saying that that Jam is that what's called it is better than we're not saying that we won't be fine with Daniel Hill and Richard Young. The question is how much tendency will we show in game one? In other words, will we see Richard Young more in on pass pro situations where it's obvious pass situations? You can pick up a tendency on that. Will we see Daniel Hill in more when it's run, or neutral? And I think that's the difference that Jam brings to the table is you can run your entire offense at the same level regardless when he's in the game. I think the other guys have one strength of Jam, and the other guy has the other strength of Jam, Pat.
Okay.
Jam's the most complete back.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give you that. But like I said, I'm in hopes that our offensive line is going to be if we're going to go to the offensive line, to the line of scrimmage and say we're going to throw the ball and there's nothing you can do about it. Hey, I'm excited about this offensive line finally coming together. Are you not?
Oh, 100%. I think this offensive line is going to be the best version that we've seen in a few years of what Alabama's had to offer. But it's not the offensive line. It's not Ty. This team as a whole, I think, is a step or two better across the board on the offensive side as it has been in a while.
Yeah, that's what I'm excited. All right, guys. Hey, y'all have a blessed day, and I look forward to getting back to Tuscaloosa. I've been gone now nearly 2 months. This is hurting my feelings. All right, have a great one. Bye-bye.
All right,
Pat.
X, we're going to go ahead and prepare to get the break. X, and this is one of those times where if you're tuned in on the live stream, you get to see this, but you'll get to hear the call. Alabama's up. The clip we're going to break on, Alabama's up 21-0. It's 4th and 1, and Alabama goes for it. And if you could see the video clip, watch this block by Jam after making a run fake. And after this, we'll be back on the other side.
Need about a half yard here on 4th. Milroe, keeper. First down and more. Tight roping down the sideline. Touchdown.
X, if you could have seen the block, if you all of you who were watching online, you saw the block. He knocked the guy's helmet off and decleated him after faking the ball. That's what we're going to miss with Jam. Physicality. Plus, that was the small version of Jam. Jam got pumped over this all season. So he'll be missed, but I think running back by committee is more of what we're going to have into the season. We'll be back on the other side.
Tide 100.9 traffic.
Tuscaloosa traffic now from the Townsend Nissan Traffic Center. A very good morning to you on this Hump Day Wednesday. Got a little something here. Highway 69 has an accident affecting you in both lanes, north and southbound, at Maxwell Loop Road. Now, I'm taking a look at this, and it's causing a slight tap on the brakes. No heavy delays at this point. Otherwise, we are clean and clear on 2059, moving smooth from McFarland to Joe Malisham. With your Tuscaloosa traffic now, Tammy Thomas.
This is Secret Clinical dominating extra stinky stress sweat. And this is regular deodorant. Secret Clinical in a heat wave. Oh, what a beautiful day. This is regular deodorant. Ugh, I can't. Secret Clinical with workout sweat. Let's run another marathon. And regular deodorant. How much more? Secret is the GOAT because nothing fights sweat better. Stay fresher under pressure.
Houston Hydrosteam. That's Houston Hydrosteam. Quality work you can stand on. Whether you're looking for carpet and upholstery cleaning, oriental rug cleaning, residential or commercial water damage, and a whole lot more, you need to call Houston Hydrosteam at 205-553-9460, 553-9460, or visit them online at HoustonHydrosteam.com. And once again, Houston Hydrosteam is quality work you can stand on.
Do you have timberland you don't know what to do with? Give North River Timber Company a call. Courtney Watt and his team of over 20 years experience offer timber harvesting, timber appraisals, comprehensive management plans for that special tract of land that you own. Courtney and his team can help you decide how to maximize your highest potential for your land. Timber is like money in the bank. See what your investment can do for you. Contact Courtney Watt at 205-242-5127. North River Timber, co@gmail.com. North River Timber Company.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya guselkumab may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
In a world full of impressions, clicks, and empty promises, your trades business needs more than marketing. At Ignite Home Services, we fuel the trades.
If you're grinding every day but stuck on a plateau, Ignite Home Services is your secret lead generation weapon.
We're not just a marketing company. We are the lead generation experts for the trades. HVAC, plumbing, roofing, you name it. We run hundreds of campaigns built to deliver real, measurable growth.
We don't chase clicks, we chase results. Powered by Pipeline Pro, our AI-backed lead tracking system.
Preferred media partners with Service Titan, Roofle, Chirp, and yes, we partner with Google.
We're tech-driven, human-led, ROI obsessed.
So if your residential business is ready to break through the noise, visit igniteinhome.com. That's igniteinhome.com. And let's fuel the trades.
Keep it locked into Tide 100.9 for more of the Martin Houston Show with Martin Houston and X's and O's Sports, Xavier Houston.
Need about a half yard here on 4th. Milroe, keeper. First down and more. Tight roping down the sideline. Touchdown.
Yeah, I for fullbacks all over America and around the world, X, I figured I'd play that one more time. So, oh man, welcome back in this morning to the program. Glad to have you with us. X, take it away.
Yeah,
He did make fullbacks proud all over America.
Yeah, that's one of the nastiest blocks you'll see from a running back in today's game without a penalty flag being thrown. But before we finish the conversation, we do have Chuck waiting patiently on the hotline. How you doing this morning, Chuck?
Good morning, you three. I'm doing fine. That's a great laugh, Brother Houston. You said what you saying is that fullbacks matter. It still matter. I imagine that's what you're putting the point out there. And I want to give you another great laugh. The delusion of that school down the road from you want to count national championships, and one of them they had on there. One of them they had on there was I say, hey, you lost that national championship. That was to Florida State with Heisman Trophy winner Jameis Winston. But going into what you all were just talking about, continuing on, you were just talking about offensive linemen. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing about. What many programs are saying that shows you the importance of offensive line, and that's why I've been hearing a lot of before the start of the 2025 football season. Physicality. That's the word I've been hearing a lot of about having physicality, and I think they realize that, hey, look, you can have all the skilled players in the world, but you always need those people in the trenches.
Oh, 100%. And Chuck, yeah, it's funny. Auburn fans now, they're going to love claiming those 7 extra national championships when they've been mad about Alabama claiming 5. Now, think about that. They went from, Bama's only got 13, which is still more than anybody else that you can't argue. So, they're claiming 18, and now they're claiming 9 when they really only won 2. So the hypocrisy is rich.
Hey, this is what I tell people when they try to make the whole statement about Alabama claiming them. Okay, let's drop anyone that you pick, whichever one you want to be controversial.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and let's just take Coach Bryant's national championships from the 70s. Let's forget he did anything before the 70s.
Yeah.
Alabama still has how many? 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 by Coach Bryant, and he still has 3 in the 70s, right?
Yeah.
And then Coach Stallings. And so everybody forgets that all schools were claiming national titles, and people were getting them from the ABC magazine, DEF, and all of that was giving national titles. So anyway,
and just to put a bow on it, they said they're talking about Alabama claiming 5 from an era where, as you said, you could just claim whatever you wanted, but they're trying to claim undisputable national championships like USC. I think they even put a claim for the 2017 one. I don't know. It's 7 of them. So how you gonna claim one from when we had a BCS era? Hey, these are the top 2 teams in the national championship. That's the crazy part about the ones they're trying to claim.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Is like the ones we were claiming, it was during an era when everybody was claiming, right?
Yeah.
And Coach Bryant, there's a couple teams where you could go, Alabama probably should have got the one in 66, and maybe they should have got. Maybe they should,
There's 5 that we don't claim that people say we have a claim to.
Right.
Hey, that's funny. It sounds like that's what I said. I think about the school down in Orlando, Florida. University of Central Florida put it up on their stadium about national championship, and I know you all, man, you all were trolling them about that. That was funny, but it shows you, and I'm gonna land on this one. That's something that Auburn did that they tell about the one in the late '50s with Suge Jordan, but in that season they had some scandal in that season and make you wonder about that one. And but I'm gonna land on that one.
Yeah, the one that they were claiming up until until the one But they won under Cam Newton. By the way, they're retiring Cam Newton jerseys.
2010. Yes.
Yeah, with 2010. That one doesn't have any controversy around it. Won it on the field outright. Kudos to them. Other than the fact that probably if that team had been, any era earlier, they probably would have been on probation.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm gonna land on this one. And speaking of Cam Newton, I'm about to get off of here. But hey, do you all know there was a school out there? There's a HBCU. He was naming all the schools, the HBCU campuses he wanted to go to, and he said North Carolina A&M, and everybody said, "What?" He named North Carolina A&M, North Carolina Central. They exist, but North Carolina A&M, I didn't know that HBCU exists. I think like how he just saying something. They said there's no North Carolina A&M. People have been falling out laughing at Cam Newton on his podcast. That's the one I'm gonna land on.
All right, thanks.
Have a good one, Chuck.
Yeah, but X, it's funny. I was watching them retire his number, and now Auburn has, I think, 4 football players whose numbers are retired. Alabama couldn't retire a player's jersey. I mean, there may be you may could retire. You may could retire Derek Thomas's 55, but like a lot of. There's certain numbers of players who played at a retirement level, but there's numerous guys who've worn that number.
Yeah, after. Yeah.
So
the only ones that Derek Thomas, nobody since guys have worn it, but nobody since Derek has worn 2 at that level. But now Ryan's wearing it, and you don't know what he's going to end up being. Devontae, nobody of noteworthy has worn 6 since. 12 is like an honor to wear for the quarterback position.
Right. But I guess my point, X, is Alabama wouldn't have any numbers.
Yeah.
I'm saying, if you start retiring numbers based on guys who have played at that level, you're gonna have Leroy Jordan's number, you're gonna have Hannah's number, you're gonna have, and I'm just throwing off some names. I'm not naming out. You're gonna have Bobby Humphrey's. Jam Miller couldn't wear 26. You'd have Cornelius Bennett.
You have the 4 Heisman Trophy winners.
Yeah, off.
22, 9, 2, and 6 would be taken off the table.
Right.
And you just go from there of guys that are award winners, and it gets even crazier. And then you go to the multiple All-Americans, and Alabama have about 5 numbers they could wear.
Yeah. Hey, before we get that's my point is we'd be in the world of trouble if we started trying to do that. So kudos to Cam though. He was an electrifying player. That was just
the best player to ever, second best player to ever wear that jersey.
Yeah. So we'll see what all happens there. He may stand alone since he took them to their only modern day national title. He might be at the top.
Still not better than Bo.
Hey, listen, I'm just saying that based on results. Everybody when they want to, they say it's about championships. Except for, and this is just a soapbox thing real quick, X, except for when it comes to Bill Russell not being the greatest in the NBA. Jordan gets that because he won 6, but Bill Russell doubled him up. but it's all about championships when it comes to the GOAT, right? But anyway.
Right.
I was like, hey, listen, let me see if I can give you a little audio and let you respond before we get the break about the backups and the guys who are ready if Roberts isn't back and Bama has to go to their bench.
Rescue stepping up at guard.
Michael Carroll played a little bit. Olas has done a nice job. So we got good depth there. Those 2 guys are probably the first 2 that stand out.
Yeah, I like it. Everything that you've heard about Michael Carroll since he stepped foot on campus has been amazing. The physicality that he has at the position. Then, of course, Olas, we've talked about it before. He's been in one of those situations where because he's a versatile player, they've had him at guard, they've had him at tackle. hopefully he's found his home at guard, because I really truly believe next year, because you're losing Cam, you're losing Gino, you're losing Jaden, that you can have those two guys plug and play at guard. And you even have William Sanders, who I've heard nothing but good things about and what he's done and the size that he's put on since being at campus. And he's a versatile guard center type as well, with Parker potentially leaving for the NFL, after this year. So the interior of the offensive line was a weakness, I believe, last year, has slowly started to transform itself into a strength for the future.
Yeah, I saw a picture of, speaking of Will Sanders, I saw a picture of him. He got the Charlie Compton Christian Leadership Award along with Wilkin Formby. I forgot Tim Keenan. And I forget who, there was one more, but kudos to him. He has gotten bigger. I used to think he was a little slim, skinny guy. He's not that anymore, and a local kid. So kudos to those guys. Speaking of that, Charlie Compton Christian Leadership Award, an award that I still hold proudly as one of the guys who got that for Christian leadership way back in the day. I love to see the guys and try to keep up with who's getting that each year. So kudos to him. And speaking of that, coming back on the other side, we're going to talk about how you can incorporate your faith into the boardroom, classroom, and chosen field of play. You don't have to put it to the sideline, whether you're a football player or whether you're leading in corporate America. Scotty Hollins will be back on the other side to help us figure out how we can be strong and courageous and incorporate it wherever we find ourselves competing.
Coming up on the Wednesday evening edition of the Stingray Show, we have done 12 of the 16 SEC previews, and number 13 will be the Crimson Tide of Alabama, as we are going to be joined by Joe Gaither to get the latest on the Jam Miller injury and to talk about the season for the Crimson Tide in 2025. So immediately following the conclusion of Hey Coach on Wednesday evening, make sure you stay tuned to the Alabama preview show right here on the Stingray Show just as soon as Chris Stewart concludes on Hey Coach.
Tide 100.9 traffic.
Tuscaloosa traffic now from the Townsend Nissan Traffic Center. Well, traffic is moving pretty nicely for your Hump Day Wednesday. Not seeing any severe delays around the area, but pretty basic slow-ups. If you're traveling in Coker, we got that road construction on 82, and that's in the westbound lanes between Westwood School Road and Upper Columbus Road. Otherwise, traffic moving nicely on 15th Street. Not seeing any delays here between McFarland and Lurleen Wallace. With your Tuscaloosa traffic now, Tammy Thomas.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell.
Shop Townsend Nissan today. Fair, fun, and fast. The right products at the right place. That's why people shop Townsend Nissan. Skyland Boulevard, Tuscaloosa.
With Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes, you can fill up on faves for $5, indulge even more for $7, or try something totally new for $9. Get yours at participating stores. Price and participation may vary. Limited time. Drinks exclude freezes. Tax extra.
It's time to do it local at Piggly Wiggly, Highway 69 South, Tuscaloosa. Join us Friday, August 29th for Red, White, and Dew, an all-out Labor Day celebration. We're giving away $25 gift cards, prizes, and a beach vacation. And it's all powered by Mountain Dew. Get in, get prizes, and get ready to do it local on Friday, August 29th at your 69 South Piggly Wiggly store in Tuscaloosa.
The Alabama Securities Commission protects you from financial fraud. Anyone asking you for investment money must be licensed. You're careful with your money. Fraudsters aren't. Before you invest, call our hotline at 1-800-222-1253 to verify the licensing of the person making an offer and the product. Don't lose your hard-earned money. Learn to protect yourself at asc.alabama.gov. Paid for by the Investor Protection Trust and brought to you by the Alabama Broadcasters Association and this station.
Are you receiving unemployment? Your benefits could be at risk. Here's how you can protect yourself and your benefits. Never respond to mail notifying you of a false claim in your name. Never answer a text message asking you to verify your account. And only respond to official Alabama Department of Labor's social media pages. Report fraud at labor.alabama.gov/fraud. Brought to you by the Alabama Department of Labor, ABA, and the station. The Alabama Department of Labor is an equal opportunity employer program. Auxiliary aids and services available upon request to individuals with disabilities. Dial 711 for TTY accessibility.
The Venue, your new favorite Tuscaloosa hangout, food, music, and more. Come and taste what's new at The Venue, whether it's Liza's Sweet Shop, whether it's the all-day breakfast and burgers from Rama Jammas, or the quality food that you can get at Finish Pub. Great atmosphere, great time, great people, great environment. That's The Venue. You can find them online at thevenuetuscaloosa.com, located off of Watermelon Road, just past Sokol Park. That's The Venue, Tuscaloosa's new favorite hangout. Make it yours.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. It paid for me to be the first person in my family to go to school. That education got me to the first day at my dream job, which I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job and the home loan benefits I got from the Army National Guard helped me buy my first house. I also know that I will be one of the first to respond if my community ever needs me.
Sponsored by the Alabama Army National Guard. Aired by the Alabama Broadcasters Association and this station.
Welcome back to the Martin Houston Show. The sound of Bama sports. Your show, your team. On your home for Alabama sports. Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.
Welcome back again to the first 2-minute warning, and it's a Wednesday edition of the program. So that means it's time for us to bring in Scotty Hollins, Executive Director with the Christian Moment of the Week at Harvest Church. We love God, love people, and here's an opportunity for us to help Scotty Hollins love on you and encourage you to take your faith from the boardroom, the classroom, the chosen field of play. Scotty, as we went to break there, we were highlighting a couple guys, and Will Sanders' name came up, and of course this past Sunday, I think it was the Squad Sunday at Calvary Baptist Church. Kudos to those 4 guys that got that award. That's an award that I won, and I'm like, that's one that I hold high, and I try to live up to each and every day. Not perfect, but trying to get there.
Absolutely, man. Hey, I love that award. I missed it. I was out of town with our basketball team for our basketball retreat, out at Soggy Bottom. Great time out there. But so proud of all 4 of those guys. And again, it's funny. Our series is Unlikely Heroes, and so I think it's very fitting. Because when you think about that award, you think about who it's named after. Do you want to talk a little bit about who it's named after?
No, we don't have to. Charlie Compton, an unbelievable hero who served unbelievably and was able to not just serve unbelievably, but represent all aspects. I love it. I was talking and did a men's thing, and I was talking about how we're to represent what we're called to do as husbands, as fathers, in our jobs and in our community. And Charlie Compton was one of those guys who absolutely did that at such a high level.
Absolutely. And from what I understand, he was a missionary. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so, just when I hear about that every year, again, I missed it this year. Probably it's my first year missing after 17 years. But, I always enjoy hearing his story because they share the story at Squad Sunday right before they give the award. And they usually show a little video. And Martin, I think you're on the video too, because you're one of the people who's received the award. And so you're one of the people that, speaks about the honor it is to receive that award. But when I think of that, so I'm going to take a little bit of we'll get back on Unlikely Heroes, even though we're still talking about Unlikely Heroes.
Yeah.
we'll get back to kind of my script next week. But, when I think about Charlie Compton, when I think about all the guys that I've seen over 17 years of working with our football team receive that award. My first year was 2009. And so, but when I think about the people who win that award, who have won that award, including you, Martin, what comes to mind is Mark 10:45, where Jesus says, even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but he came to serve and to give his life as a ransom for many. The people that win that award, I think about, Barrett Jones. I think about C.J. Mosley. I think about Jamie Mosley. I think about even as you said, Will Sanders and the guys this year. Man, they're the guys who kind of are unlikely heroes. They're there. They're serving. They're doing all the stuff, all the tough stuff. But they're also doing the stuff that's not asked of them. They have a heart for their teammates. They want to see their teammates, come to know the Lord, and they're serving at a very high level. And I think sometimes we can look at serving like serving gets a bad rap, but I think Jesus tried to correct our perspective on serving because, he says the greatest of you will be your servant. And as we know, towards the end of his journey, he washed the disciples' feet, which was literally the role of the lowest servant. The lowest servant would wash someone's feet. So he washes their feet to show them, hey, this is the way up. Is to humble yourself, is to serve. And so I would say this, I really feel just as I look at the scriptures and as I look at the many examples of the greatest men of the faith, God will use you to the degree that you're willing to serve, really to obey him and to serve others. And so don't ever view service as I think we should correct our lens on service, because Jesus says the greatest of you will be your servant and the greatest among you. And I think this award is a perfect reminder of that we celebrate these four guys this year because of their servanthood and because of who they are.
Yeah, and Charlie Compton, you talk about that. He he lettered in 1942, went off and served in World War II, came back and lettered in 46 and 47. Got 2 Purple Hearts, the Bronze Star, and Congressional Medal of Honor. Definitely a servant, without a doubt. I'll leave this for Blind Squirrel. In one game, he blocked a quick kick, and the ball hit him in the face before the days of face mask. They had to pull one of his teeth out on the sideline, and right after they pulled the tooth out, he said, I'm ready to go, coach. Get me back in. Talking about unsung heroes.
Oh, my goodness.
He definitely lived that out, and I'm honored to be one of those recipients, and I hope that story encourages everyone else out there that's listening. Keep in the fight, stay in the fight, and serve others in the process. Tell them where they can find you, man.
Absolutely. www.blueprinttuscaloosa.com. Send me a message there. Come straight to my email.
All right. Hey, I'm Martin Houston. That's Scotty Hollins and Xavier X on with us earlier. Also, we got Chase pressing all the right buttons. Remember this, trust in the Lord always. Lean not your own understanding. All your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your paths. Roll Tide out there, everybody.
Thank you for listening to the Martin Houston Show on your home for Alabama sports. Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.